Hey everybody, welcome back. And in a day when we're spending more than I ever remember, certainly it's got to be more than anybody remembers paying for gas, more than I've ever remembered paying for eggs or milk. Inflation has caused everything to go up, and with that, it's our pennies have to go farther and farther, and they're getting shorter and shorter. And so I thought I'd do a quick video, two alternatives to some of the more expensive dog foods. Certainly, if you're in a financial position that you can just, buy whatever dog food you want without any concern, then you probably wouldn't have clicked on this thumbnail anyway. If you did click on this thumbnail and you're watching this video, it's probably because your budget in other areas is getting tighter and you'd like to see if there's a way to free up a little bit of extra by buying a more affordable but still quality dog food. I've got two alternatives for you today for those that are trying to make the most out of every penny. The first option, this is the one that I've just switched over to. I've been using a different dog food, and was kind of like the rest of us, trying to figure out what in the world am I going to do, especially since we just adopted 3 dogs. What am I going to do to try and afford to feed 5 dogs with costs going up everywhere around us? And I stumbled on this black gold. I had never seen it before. The places that I usually shop for dog food don't carry this, but I happened to be in a local grocery store and I did see it, and they had a pretty decent sale on it. So I decided to do a quick check. Now the ingredient list isn't great, but we're trying to make do. And so let me just go through these. Beef meal. Meal is kind of like it's a concentrated protein, and so it's kind of like, I don't know really how to describe it. What we've had, we don't eat this, but for all of it, for as gross as it sounds, it's a concentrated protein and can sometimes have up to 300 times the amount of protein than just a regular steak would have. So beef meal, the one thing we do like is that it's actually named. The meal is named. We know that it's coming from beef. Other dog foods, when they just say that it's a meat meal or I can't remember what else they'll call it, it can actually come from any protein source. So if it doesn't name the meal, a beef meal or a chicken meal, or it could come from anything. So the fact that the number one ingredient is super high in protein and it's a named meal, that's really a big deal. Now the next 3 ingredients we're not super crazy about. Ground corn, ground wheat, and gluten meal. Wheat and corn are kind of a lower, they're not a super high quality ingredient. Dogs don't get a lot out of them, and a lot of people refer to them as just kind of worthless fillers. So, that's one of the reasons why we weren't buying this dog food back when gas was $2 a gallon. But now that gas is $5 a gallon, maybe we're getting a little less picky, and so we can look past some of those things. Some of the other things: chicken byproduct meal. So again, here's another meal, but it's named, so that's a positive. Beet pulp it's controversial for one group and it's not controversial for others. Some people think that it's really good for gut health and for the intestinal health of your dog. But overall, you've got the one that I went with is just a 26% protein, 80% fat. I've had my dogs on it now for a week. I've not noticed, I kind of anticipated noticing an increase in bowel movements. I haven't noticed that compared to the last one. None of my dogs have any allergies, so I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about going gluten-free or grain-free. I've gone grain-free in the past just because I feel like grain isn't something that's necessarily great for a dog's. Well, I guess necessary for a dog's. It is. I do see it as kind of one of those unnecessary fillers or less worthwhile fillers. But again, gas is $5 a gallon, and I'm trying to get the best dog food I can for the dollar. The Black Gold Explorer it actually gets on Dog Food Reviewer, it gets a 5-star, which for most dog foods with the first couple of ingredients, including corn and stuff, that's not really common. This particular formula of Black Gold gets 4.5 stars. So if you're looking for a cheaper dog food, the Black Gold is Explorer is a good route to go. Also, if you click the link, I'll throw a link down below to Chewy.com. You can get 35% off right now of Black Gold, which brings that down into the realm of about $35, $35 for a 50-pound bag of dog food. I personally consider anything under $1 a pound to be a decent price. A lot of things get up to be $1.50, $2 a pound. That's kind of out of my price range. It's definitely out of my price range right now with gas where it is. So if I can get something between 75 cents and $1 a pound, that I consider that to be a good value. The other option, I told you I had two. The other option is, and I hope this doesn't come across offensive, but man, maybe you just need to not be so snobbish with your dog food. Our dog food, pet food in general, is actually monitored as close or closer than the FDA monitors food for human consumption. So, you may not want to run down and buy the big 60-pound Old Roy, whatever it's called, Walmart special, because you've heard terrible things about it. And that may be the case. And if you can afford it, like I say, I would stick with Black Gold. There's a lot of things when it comes to ingredients that I prefer the Black Gold to the Old Roy or even the Pedigree cheapest dog food you can find out there. But man, if you're cutting corners financially, doing everything you can to make ends meet, don't be so picky. You can buy that other less premium dog food and not worry about it doing any harm to your dogs. Again, I'm excluding the fact that if your dog has allergies or you visited with your vet and he says your dog has specific dietary needs for one reason or another, then disregard the statement. But if your dog is a general healthy dog, I've got 2 Labradors that are laying here. For the most part, extremely healthy. One's 9, one's 4. If right now we're going Black Gold. If prices continue to go up, I'll probably buy the Old Roy stuff. I'm going to do what I can, and I'm not going to guilt trip myself because I'm not feeding my dog prime rib and T-bones every night. So there's my 2 options. 1, Black Gold. Check out the Chewy coupon down below if you're interested in trying this. And if not, if things are even a little more drastic for you, feel free to go grab the Pedigree or the Old Roy from Walmart or Kmart, whatever local big box store you've got close to you. So I hope this has helped. I hope it helps you kind of make ends meet in this financially freakish time that we're living in. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.